Are going to be doing some full cover tips with some transfer foil nail art. As usual, a thorough prep is key. So I'm just going to make sure that I've pushed my cuticles back properly. All we have to do here is make sure that we mat the surface. So I'm going at a low speed and I'm just gently coming around the cuticles with my e-file. I haven't put any primer down or base coat just yet. I'm going to wait with that just for a little while because I've got to do the nails first and I don't want to get them contaminated. I have tried these before and I've been pleased with them. They've been nice and sturdy, they've got a good apex where there's room for some product, and they are thin. I do appreciate a thinner tip because especially if we're putting like transfer foils on top. I've picked out the correct fit, making sure that they fit from sidewall to sidewall. So I'm just going to whip around very, very quickly with my e-file just to mat them and give them a bit of a grip on the surface. In order to get things to stick, you can apply a little bit of base coat or even top coat. Just place the glitter or foil wherever you want it and then give it a quick flash cure before you move on. Now this is thin gold foil. Where I've got the base coat, I can just lay it down gently. Now remember, everything that goes on first is what's going to show up on front of the nail. And if you want glitter and foils and that's what you have to start off with. I know this is a little bit risky, but this is not a regular gel polish. This is a jelly gel polish. That means it's sort of semi-translucent and transparent. By only putting on a thin amount, the light should be able to penetrate. If you use dark or opaque colours, you risk it not curing. Now, despite ending up only doing the jelly gel on 2 of the nails, I did put down a little bit of the coloured foil on all of them and cured them. I ended up also doing a thin coat of base coat on all of the nails on the inside, just to make sure that the nails won't be popping off. When I'm done with the nails, I am going to give them a full cure. Now before I start putting them on, I will be putting down a thin coat of acid-free primer and a base coat. I've just done another video where I used this solid builder. I'll link that down below. And all products used today I'll also put in the description box and they are from the official site. There's no slip solution or any mess. It is what it says it is. It's solid. And I found that the easiest thing to use to push it down is a silicone tool, or you could probably use the other end of your cuticle pusher as well, or an orange wood stick. Despite being called a non-stick hand gel, I wouldn't use my fingers to stick it down. If you do, wear gloves. Doing is patting down a very thin amount. First of all, make sure that I'm coming up to the cuticles and all the way up the sidewalls. Then making sure that I've got enough product in the apex. And when I apply these, all I have to do is push them down. None of them moved, but I still did flash cure them in between just to make sure. This is why I also like to go one size up, because it does give me a little bit more space. If there's any oozing, you can just hold the nail down and just gently scrape it out. There's no need to have any excess. There's no need to have any excess product. This particular product, however, though, I don't put back in the jar because I kind of feel that it would pick up dirt and dust and that ends up contaminating the pot. I think I'm kind of in love with this stuff. First of all, it's super easy to use. Second of all, I've got one pot in my jar which can be like a builder for extensions, either on tips or forms. I can attach full cover tips with it. It's no mess, it's not sticky, doesn't smell. Honestly, I think this is something that I'm going to be using a lot in the future. I just flash cure them in between so they don't move, but when I've got them all in place, I'll give them a full cure in my lamp. I've got a 48 watt lamp. I would definitely recommend that you do have a strong enough lamp, not only for this product but for everything else. I think a lot of people run into some problems just because their lamp hasn't got enough wattage. And of course, the best thing of all is that there's hardly any filing. All I did was go over the surface with a medium sanding pad again, just to kind of get rid of anything if there was. I always use my needle bit if I've put on full cover tips, but I didn't really need it this time. I just think I took it out of habit. All I've done is just sharpen up the sides. Even though these nails come out clean, I still will always bring my file out and just whip over them. And if you want full cover tips to look natural as well, you need to blend the cuticle in. And this will also help prevent any surface breakdown. Now everybody's probably going to think I've gone mad, but yes, this is old school glue. Foil transfer glue. But I really, really hate to admit this. Sometimes this old stuff actually works better. It gives a cleaner result and especially on the foils that I'm using, because they are foils from AliExpress. But sometimes where they're a bit kind of stiff, they don't always give the best result with a regular foil gel. So I have made this decision on purpose, believe it or not. It has to air dry, so it will take longer than a regular gel sometimes. This one isn't too bad though, depends on how hot it is indoors. It goes on white, and when it's ready to put the foil down, it's clear. I haven't hardly rubbed or anything. I've just kind of tried to get the creases out and pushed it down with my fingers, and it has released clean. I was so happy when I found these kind of, what should I say, vintage newspaper foils. I absolutely love them. They are so cute. And they look really, really nice on these long nails as well. If you should find a little ball patch, you can kind of stick it down again to see if it picks up a bit of the foil that's missing. If you've got any patches where there's other glue or something left, you're going to end up transferring perhaps pieces you don't want to transfer on top of the one you've already got on. I decided that I'd like to have a little tiny bit more foil on my ring finger. So I added a little bit more glue that I let dry, and I just kind of dabbed on that little piece that I was missing. And of course then I decided I wanted a bit more of the regular, what shall I say, metal foil as well. So I've just kind of dabbed on a little tiny bit of base coat where I want it. And I've thrown it in the lamp for literally 2 to 3 seconds just to kind of take it up a bit. And this allows me to put down a few more pieces of foil and then cure it to secure it. Now I'll give you a trick that can prevent foils from chipping, and also chrome. Get your foil, the 180 grit side, and just kind of pull it underneath. Don't file, but kind of, what shall I say, create a little microscopic space. Because if you add a little tiny bit of primer, acid-free primer, which is like a double kind of tack from the underneath, and then apply base coat on it, you manage to seal the foil in. If you put foil down and just go straight on top with a top coat, I can almost guarantee it won't last. Foil does need a grip. Instead of not soaking the nails with the primer, just adding a tiny scrape from the underside. Not necessary to put it on top of the nail. And whatever you do when you do these, make sure you cap them. In this video, I decided to use builder gel to really make sure that we could tack these nails down. I've changed base coat to the thinnest one I've got. And now I'm going to do a thin layer on the entire nail that I'm going to cure first. Capping everything. Because I really love these nails and I really do not want them chipping. It's a bit different with acrylic. Acrylic kind of sticks more to everything. If you're doing gel, I would use a base coat first. That will give you better adhesion. So I am just literally using a thin coat of, this is a hard builder gel, but you could use a builder in a bottle or you could use a soft builder gel. Doesn't really matter as long as it kind of gives a little bit of strength to the foil. As you can see probably, this is my non-dominant hand, so my skills aren't that great. But at least I can get it brushed on. Remember, if you use gel, you're not building anything at this point, you're literally just securing. So don't go and put too much on, that's not necessary. You do not need a mounting. It's literally just to prevent chipping. So now that they're done, I'm going to apply some top coat. And I'm going to alternate a little bit between matte and glossy. On the pink in the index, I've done them glossy. On the ring finger, what I've done there is I've matted out the print. Same on the middle finger. But I've just applied a bit of glossy top coat onto the foils so that they're still shiny. Same with the thumb. That's matte, but I've got a little tiny bit of shiny top coat on there as well, just to emphasise those pinks and golds that I've put on there. Nice thin layer of top coat. Cap everything and then give them a full cure. I'm just going to finish these off quickly and then we're going to have a look at the final result. I will be working a lot more with this solid gel now, and I'm also keeping up my hard gel, so if you like my videos please like, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss anything. And I'm really happy the way these turned out. I think they are super cute, and I think this solid gel is going to be a really versatile product for people who are new to nails and have been doing it for a while. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.